To our Central Christian Church.
各位弟兄姐妹朋友们，欢迎你们来到柔佛中央基督教会。
And I hope you enjoy your singing and worshiping the God.
希望你有个愉快的崇拜，还有歌唱。
So I think a few of us are sick, and some have back problem. So appreciate you all still coming and get well soon.
OK， 我们都知道，我们当中有些人是吧，都还在生病着的，有些有背部的伤痛这样。然后很感谢你们还是能够抱病来到教会，然后希望你们早日康复。
Okay, one of them is here. Back problem. Okay, amen. Okay, so today, all right, it's going to be part 2 of our forgiveness series.
OK， 今天将是我们宽恕系列的第2部曲。
All right, remember last week we talked about forgiveness, healing of the wounded heart.
还记得上个星期我们谈到宽恕和如何治愈我们伤痛的心。
So this week we're going to talk about the process. Okay, the process into having this forgiveness. We call it today the pathway to forgiveness.
然后今天我们将会探讨这个过程，怎么样能够通过这个过程去走向宽恕。
So from last week we understand the concept, the theory, right? Why forgiveness is important, and when forgiveness and healing can start.
那上个星期呢，我们着重于就是它的理论，就是为什么宽恕是那么重要，然后在什么时候我们才可以开始让宽恕启动在我们生命里面起作用。
So for healing to start, we must understand first of all that sin hurts God and sin hurts ourselves and hurt other people.
第一点就是要让疗伤能够成功开始的话，是吧？我们要知道罪是伤害我们，伤害别人，同时也伤害神。
And secondly, we need to understand how great and immense the forgiveness of our Father God.
然后第二点，我们也学习到，我们了解到，就是我们神天父的宽恕是多么的伟大，多么的无私。
And then we need to learn how to forgive others who have hurt us.
然后最后，我们要学习怎么样去原谅、宽恕那些曾经伤害过我们的人。
So today we're going to talk about 3 points. First one, why forgive. Secondly, what is forgiveness and what is not. And thirdly, we're going to go through some step-by-step practical steps on how to forgive.
那今天我们会谈到3点，所以第一点就是为什么我们要宽恕，我们要原谅，然后什么是属于原谅，什么是不属于原谅。然后最后一点就是比较实践型的，就是我们可以分享宽恕的过程这一个模式是怎么样的。
Okay, so the forgiveness doesn't just apply towards. Applies. What you call? Forgiveness applies to both. Okay, let me rephrase. All right. So when we talk about forgiveness, it's not just about forgiving other people. Because sometimes we ourselves find it hard to forgive ourselves.
所以当我们谈到这宽恕的时候，我们不单单只是聚焦在就是原谅别人而已，然后很多时候我们在挣扎着原谅我们自己。
Okay, maybe you did something wrong, or you messed up, or you have a fight with your husband or your wife, or situation with family, and you feel guilty, and you find it hard to forgive yourself.
你可能经过一些挣扎，打比说你做错事，你和你的太太还是丈夫吵架，还是你跟你的家人吵架，然后你事情过后，你发现到你没有办法原谅你自己。
Okay, so learning to forgive is also to learn to forgive ourselves, so that you can also heal in your own heart.
所以学习原谅什么也包括了，就是学习原谅自己。这样的话，你本身自己的伤痛也可以治愈，也可以痊愈。
Alright? Or sometimes we get hurt by other people, okay? And we find it very hard to let go of that pain. And we carry that pain throughout our life, growing more and more bitter about life. So that's why we need to learn forgiveness.
又或者是在某些过程当中，是吧？你感受到伤害，你被人家伤害了，然后你本身没有办法释怀那个痛苦，然后就把这个痛、这个苦是吧带到你身，然后久而久之，这个痛会慢慢变成一个苦毒，慢慢变成一个怨恨。
So why forgive? Okay, that's our first point.
第一点，为什么要原谅？
All right, let's get into the motivation. Let's read to Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 to 15.
我们翻开我们的圣经，去到马太福音第6章第9到第15节。
Okay, so the first reason why forgive is it is because it is a command from the Bible, from God.
然后第一个为什么要原谅的原因呢？因为这一个是圣灵给我们的教导。我们从第9节读起。所以你们祷告要这样说：我们在天上的父，愿人都尊你的名为圣，愿你的国降临，愿你的旨意行在地上，如同行在天上。我们日用的饮食，今日赐给我们，免我们的债，如同我们免了别人的债，不叫我们遇到试探，救我们脱离凶恶。因为国度、权柄、荣耀全是你的，直到永远。阿门。你们宽恕人的过错，你们的天父也必宽恕你们的过错。你们不饶恕人的过犯，你们的天父也必不饶恕你们的过犯。
So we find here, this is a passage talking about prayer. Right? Jesus teaching the disciples how to pray.
然后这一节基本上是谈到耶稣怎么样去教导那些门徒去祷告。
And so often when we pray, right, we always ask God for forgiveness. God, please forgive me. I'm sorry, God, right?
也就是因为这么样，所以我们通常在祷告的过程中，我们都会向神要求宽恕，要求原谅。
You know, but sometimes, again, when we ask God forgiveness, we ourselves do not let go of hurts in our own heart.
然后有时候，当我们在祈求神赐给我们宽恕还是原谅我们的时候，可是同时我们却没有放下我们的那种伤痛。
So the Bible says here, just as God forgave us, He also expects us to learn to forgive other people around us that have hurt us.
就好像圣经所说的，就好像天父宽恕我们的过犯这样，他愿意宽恕我们的过犯，所以我们也得宽恕别人对我们伤害过的那些过犯。
Okay, do you find yourself sometimes feeling like, wow, so hard to forgive? This person is terrible. You don't understand how much this person has hurt me. You know?
然后你有时候会不会有这样的想法，就是说是多么的难去了解，去了解怎么样去宽恕某一个人，这个人可能已经对我做出很大很大的伤害了，你不了解，我很难去宽恕原谅他。
Okay, God understands our pain and our hurt, and yet He still expects us to obey His command.
然后神了解我们的痛苦还有伤痛，同时他也期许，他也下旨有旨意，就是要我们去原谅别人。
Alright, second reason why it is so important to forgive, because it increases our capacity to love.
然后第二个原因呢，为什么我们需要原谅，就是因为它会加强我们爱的那一个度量。
So let's read Luke chapter 7, verse 44 to verse 47. This is a story of a woman approaching Jesus. She's a very sinful woman. Okay? And all the Pharisees looked down at her. And at the end, Jesus praised the woman, saying that, you know, this woman has done great deed. And because she learned forgiveness, she also knows how to love much.
OK， 这一节是讲到一个罪孽深重的一个女人，然后很多法利赛人是吗都看不起她，可是在这一个情况之下，耶稣是吧要去称赞这一个女生，这个女人，因为她学习到宽恕了。然后我们从44节读起，路加第7章44节， 于是转过来向着那个女人，便对西门说：“你们看见这女人吗？我进了你的家，你没有给我水洗脚，但这女人用眼泪湿了我的脚，用头发擦干。你没有与我亲嘴，但这女人从我进来的时候就不住用嘴亲我的脚。你没有用油抹我的头，但这女人用香膏抹了我的脚。所以我告诉你，她许多的罪都赦免了，因为她爱多了；但那赦免少的，她爱就少了。于是对那女人说：你的罪赦免了。”
You know, isn't it very interesting? I never thought that love is related to forgiveness. You know.
然后很有趣的就是我从来没有想过，就是爱什么是跟宽恕是有关系的。
And the Bible says that the more you realize how much you've been forgiven, again, how much mercy has been given to you, the more you're aware of that, the more you realize that, the more you're able to love other people and to love yourself.
所以圣经这边提到，就是说，当你了解到就是别人原谅你的那个恩典，宽恕你的那个恩典的时候，是吧？你会更加体会到，更加了解到那种爱人的动力，还是爱人的那个意义。
Okay, we all want to learn to love more, right?
我们都想要学习更加爱人嘛，对不对
You know, one of the best way to learn how to love more is to be aware of your need for forgiveness.
然后要学习到爱的话，最重要的一点就是要学习到需要宽恕的那个重要性。
Because a humble person, right? A humble person is a person who has a huge and large capacity to love.
因为一个谦卑的人是嘛，将会有一个很大的那一个容量度量去爱别人。
Have you met people, you know, in your life, maybe in your company, that you find very hard to get along with?
你有没有察觉到，还是发现到你在公司还是你的生活里面说，有一些人是很难跟他相处的。
Everything you do, or a lot of things you do, is always wrong.
不管你做什么事是嘛，对他来讲都是错的。
Okay, and you feel like, man, this company or this friend, no mercy, so terrible.
你会感觉到这个公司或者是这个朋友是嘛，完全没有恩典，完全不体谅人家。
You know, it's because what, right? If the person doesn't know how to give forgiveness, okay, he also doesn't know how to show love. So love is related to forgiveness.
为什么这样呢？因为对方不愿意施出他的宽恕，选择去原谅人，所以他就没有办法的把他爱表达出来，或者让人家感受到爱。所以相对来说，就是爱是间接的和你宽恕的力度是有关系的。
Okay, and here's another reason why it is important to forgive. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12 to verse 19. Okay, the next reason why it is important to forgive is because what? This is what it means to be like Jesus.
然后彼得前书第4章第12节到第19节呢，就提到另外一个为什么我们都要学习去原谅的原因，因为这会让我们越来越像耶稣。我们从彼得前书第4章第12节开始，亲爱的弟兄啊，有火焰的试验临到你们，不要以为奇怪，是不是遭遇非常的事，倒要欢喜，因为你们是与基督一同受苦，使你们在他荣耀显现的时候，也可以欢喜快乐。你们若为基督的名受辱骂，便是有福的，因为神荣耀的灵常住在你们身上。你们中间却不可有因为杀人、偷窃、作恶、好管闲事而受苦。若为做基督徒受苦，却不要羞耻，倒要因这名荣耀，这名归荣耀给神。因为时候到了，审判要从神的家起手。若是先从我们起手，你不信从神福音的人， 将有何等的结局呢？若是义人仅仅得救，那不敬虔的犯罪的人和犯罪的人将有何地可占呢？所以，那照神旨意受苦的人，要一心为善，将自己的灵魂交与那实性的造化之主。
You know, forgiveness is a very painful event.
所以原谅是一个很痛苦的一个过程，一个事情。
You know, you see many kung fu movies, right?
你看到很多那种功夫武侠片。
Okay, what is always the very famous outline?
最出名的那个一句话是什么
You know, many bad things happen to their family, and then at the end they go, 报仇啊 right?
然后可能这个武侠他家里发生很多不好的事情，然后最后他最出名的那句话就可能就是我要报仇。
You know, they've been hurt so much, they cannot stand it, and they find I gotta go and take my revenge. I gotta get back at the other person.
然后他们心里面受了很大很大的那个伤害到他们没有办法承受，他一定要把他所受的伤势倾吐出来，然后甚至就是说要出去向伤害他的人报仇，把这一个仇恨加重在他们身上。
You know, and at the end of all the revenge, okay, usually movies they have a moral, right? There'll be someone that come up to the person. So, are you happy now that you made your revenge? And what's the answer? No. You know, I haven't got my peace.
所以到结局的时候，可能这个武侠是嘛成功报仇了，可是你会发现到，就是说通常是武侠剧当然这个主角成功报仇过后是嘛，可能会有一个人冒出来会跟他讲，你成功报仇了，可是你满足吗？你能够得到安宁吗？可是这个武侠剧说没有，完全没有得到安宁。
Okay, the bitterness is still there.
因为那个苦毒，那个怨恨还是在那里。
How to get rid of that pain? Okay, it's not true revenge. It's true forgiveness.
然后要怎么样就是脱离还是解除那些痛苦呢？不是通过报仇，而是通过原谅宽恕。
Okay, and if we take on suffering, good suffering, okay, not suffering because you steal some money and then you have to go to jail. Good suffering. When you take on suffering, good suffering, you're just like what? Jesus.
所以，当我们接受这些挣扎，还是接受这些磨难的时候，我们是要为了那些有益的事情而磨难，而不是因为你偷了东西去做监牢的那种磨难。所以我们是为了要像耶稣基督这么样而承受这些磨难。
Okay, as Christians, don't we all want to be like Christ?
所以基督徒，我们是不是都想要成为越来越像基督这么样
？Okay, so forgiveness is a very, very powerful thing.
所以宽恕是非常非常有能力的一件事。
All right, we talked about this last week, so I'm not going to go through it. You know, some very practical reasons why forgiveness is good for you.
然后这边我们谈到就是为什么宽恕是对我们有好处的，所以我们今天不会再谈到这些点。
Okay, so let's go to the second point. What is forgiveness?
我们去到第二点那宽恕是什么呢
You know, first of all, when you think about the word forgiveness, okay, if you mention the word forgiveness in your heart, what do you feel?
所以当你心里面想着宽恕、原谅这两个字的时候，你有什么感觉
Do you feel some uncomfortable feeling?
你会不会觉得有点不安还是不舒服
Okay, if you do, maybe you have some forgiveness issue.
如果你有这一个感受的话，你可能有宽恕别人还是原谅的问题。
You know, it could be big or it could be small.
可能是一个大问题，也有可能是一个小问题。
We all find it's very hard to forgive, right?
然后我们都通常发现到，就是说我们都很难的去原谅人家。
Okay, anyway, let's go down. What forgiveness is not? We start with that, okay?
Okay, 然后我们现在学习宽恕不是什么。
So forgiveness is not about reconciliation.
所以宽恕并不是重修复好。
Okay? Forgiveness is not about, you know, you and the other person getting along together as best friends again. Although that should be something that you want to strive for.
对，宽恕还是原谅呢，并不是代表就是你宽恕了过后，你可以跟你最好的朋友重新复好，这样你重新的有一个美好的关系。虽然讲这个是你可能是你宽恕过后的目标，可是它并不是宽恕。
Because there are certain situations where maybe you were abused physically, sexually, or you went through some very bad treatment. It's not fair for you to what you call to ask you to go back and be a friend, to reclaim that friendship with that person that abused you in such a terrible way.
因为在某一些情况上嘛，有可能你是肉体或者是性方面的那个虐待受害者，所以在你能够原谅对方的大前提，你也不一定是有必要回到或者是重新修好和对方的那个关系，跟他成为朋友还是跟他成为夫妻等等这样的，因为一直以来长期处在这一些被虐待的情况还是环境之下，是吗？是对你不公平的。
Okay, so you think, how can I get the peace? Right? You can still get the peace without needing to reconcile with the other person.
你可能不明白，就是说，如果不修复那个关系的话，我怎么可能会有那个安宁呢？还是平安呢？然后，重点就是，其实你选择原谅的话，其实你也可以得到安宁，得到平安。只不过你不一定是需要修复回那个关系。
Okay, forgiveness is not about tolerating pain and injustice done to your life.
然后原谅也不是说你得容忍痛苦或不公不平。
Sometimes we find it hard to forgive, right? Because we feel like, wow, if I forgive that person, that means I have to accept this person's crime, this person's, mistakes towards me.
有时候我们可能心里会这么觉得，如果我选择原谅人家，我们其实相对来讲就是接受了那一个人对我们的罪，或是对我们的伤害，所以我们会感觉到很难去原谅对方。
Okay, so it doesn't mean you tolerate the pain. You will have the pain, but you can still forgive.
这并不代表就是说你能够容忍那一个痛苦。那个痛苦是确确实实会存在的，可是你还是可以选择去原谅。
Okay, forgiveness is also not forgetting about the pain that was done towards you.
然后原谅并不是代表说你要忘记了你经历过的那个痛苦，或是感受到的那些痛楚。
Sometimes I ask friends, hey, do you still have issue with the person who hurt you? They say, no lah, I already forgotten. But deep in his heart, okay, he still have the hurt and pain and the bitterness.
有时候我们会问朋友，就说你还和这一位朋友还是这位弟兄是吗？有没有关系上的问题啊？然后对方可能说，已经过了很久了，我已经忘记了。可是心里面他们其实还是感受到那个痛，是没有办法释怀的。
Okay, or they will say, I just don't think about it. Just move on. I'll just avoid it. Don't think about it. But you find the forgiveness issue, the bitterness, the pain, the anger is not gone, just because you've forgotten about it.
然后有时候有些人可能就说，哎呀，不要想那么多啦，忘记他算了啦，我们往前走。可是你会发现到，因为没有这个宽恕，没有这个原谅的话，是吧？其实你的那个伤痛，你的那个怒气，还有你的那一个怨恨、苦毒，是没有办法消除的，还是藏在你心里。
Thus, you'll find that pain will one day explode, okay, and into other people's life.
然后你会发现到，就是说，当这一些苦毒、怒气、痛苦慢慢的累积起来的时候，它会好像火山爆炸一样爆出来，然后伤害到其他人，或者是波及到其他人。
Okay, so forgiveness is not about giving up the quest for justice. In other words, it's not about what? Not dealing with the problem.
然后原谅也并不代表是我们放弃了寻求公义的那个途径。
I was talking to a sister in Singapore, and she had a lot of issue with her husband. And one of the things that we have to tell her is that first, in order to deal with your husband, you need to learn to listen and accept him as who he is.
所以Dick 曾经和一个新加坡的姐妹有一个长谈，然后这位姐妹和她丈夫是嘛有很多那些问题，所以当他们谈了过后是嘛，他们给她的这个姐妹的建议就是说，你要学习去接受他是什么样的一个人。
And for her, that is actually very easy, because she's a surrender type, again, and the avoidant type. So accepting a husband, listening husband, being nice to husband is not a problem.
对他来说，这个不是一个很大的问题，因为他本身的个性是嘛，就是那种投降或者是逃避的那种形式，所以听取丈夫的意见，尊重丈夫还是接受丈夫他本身的脾气是嘛，对他来讲不是一个很大的问题。
Okay, then we have to tell her, but forgiveness, that's only part of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not giving up dealing with the problem. You still have to deal with the problem with your husband. Okay, you still need to learn to be what? Gently assertive and help resolve the conflict with your husband.
所以这不是原谅的第一个部分，唯一的部分而已。原谅并不代表就是说你完完全全什么不去处理你和你丈夫她和她丈夫的一个问题，并不是说她要永远逃避或是接受这个现实，而是原谅过后，我们要选择，我们要学习怎么样去处理这个问题。这也包括就是很温柔的慢慢的就是把丈夫的那个问题，就是说解决，和丈夫的问题解决。
For her, that was very difficult. She was like, wow, so jialat one. Must still deal with my husband. But I thought forgive, accept enough already. Okay, it's not enough just to accept. You still have to deal with the conflict.
对于这位姐妹来讲，说这是她很大的挣扎。她以为原谅跟接受就算了。然后这不单单是原谅的全部，所以他还是得学习怎么样去面对，学习怎么样去处理、解决这一个伤痛这一个问题。
A lot of families like that, right? When there are problems that happen in your family, what do? They just ignore. Oh, let's just not talk about it. And then 3 years later, there's a huge fight. Father and mother, yell at each other. Why? The problem that arose 3 years ago was never dealt with.
所以这通常是嘛，在属世的家庭里面是司空见惯的，常常看到的。当有问题的时候是嘛，他们就藏在心里面不谈不解决它，然后以为事过境迁没事了。可是可能3年过后，在某一个情况之下是嘛，他们开始吵架，然后挑起那3年前的这个问题。所以这一些没有处理好的那个问题是嘛，将会成为你未来关系的导火线。
Forgiveness is not a weakness. Sometimes you think, wow, if I'm the forgiving type, then people will look at me as weak, lemah, no strength. People will bully me. It takes a lot of strength to forgive somebody that has hurt you.
然后原谅也并不代表自己是软弱，然后相反的，其实要原谅还是要宽恕一个人，是需要很大的那一个勇气跟力量。
Okay, and then forgiveness is not a one-time thing; it's a lifestyle.
然后宽恕还是原谅也不是一次性的，而是生活的一种形式，还是生活的一种方式。
So here's a definition of forgiveness by Dr. Robert Enright. Later I'll talk about the process that he has created to help people to forgive. Forgiveness is having mercy on those who have not been fair to you and those who do not deserve it. It is about giving them more than what they deserve.
OK， 这个就是宽恕的定义。这个是有一个博士叫 Dr. Robert Enright 所诠释的或解释宽恕是什么意思的。所以宽恕呢，是对那一些曾经待你不公，或者是不值得得到你的爱的人， 给他们宽恕，还是给他们恩典？然后相对来讲，就是说付出他们多过他们所值得回报的。
Again, you find these 3 points is always in the whole process of forgiveness. Alright? Number 1, there's always an unjust treatment. Okay, that means someone hurts you. Number 2, it's a journey and it's a struggle to get rid of that forgiveness. And number 3, the next step what? Is an offering of goodwill to the other person and to love the other person.
然后这一个 Robert Henry 博士呢，他在诠释了这一个原谅宽恕的定义过后，什么？他同时也介绍了这一个宽恕的那个路途，那个途径。然后以下这3点，什么？就是他所教导的。就是说，第一点就是宽恕的过程当中，什么？总是会有一种不公待遇还是不平的那一种感觉。然后同时，宽恕也是一个旅程，也是一个挣扎。然后这个挣扎就是要把自己的痛苦解决掉，还是痛苦消除掉。同时，最后的一点就是，宽恕也就是付出我们的爱，还是我们的良心良知给其他人。
Okay, and you find, right, all this concept is in the story that Jesus talked about, the unforgiving servant. Jesus forgave the person even though the person don't deserve it. Right? The prodigal son, the father forgave the son even though the son don't deserve it. Jesus on the cross, Jesus forgave us something more, something good, even though we don't deserve it.
对，然后这3个步骤上，其实我们在圣经里面的预言，甚至是圣经里面的记载都已经看到了。打比说就是耶稣去原谅他的那个仆人，然后在路加就是一个父亲原谅了他一个浪子的儿子，然后甚至是最后耶稣是吧，在十字架上选择原谅我们，然后特别是当我们还是罪人，我们根本不值得他的原谅的时候，他已经选择原谅我们。
Okay. Alright, so we come to our 3rd point. We're going to go to a very practical thing, pathway to forgiveness. Alright, Patrice and maybe Pang, you can help. Okay, we're going to give you a handout.
OK， 然后我们现在来到第3点呢，也就是比较实际、比较可以实践性的那个一点，就是宽恕的道路。然后Pang跟Patrice会拍出那一个纸给你们，你们可能需要回答一些问题。
Okay, today I'll just give you a very brief overview of the pathway of forgiveness, the forgiveness model that is created by this doctor, Dr. Robert Enright.
然后今天我们只是介绍这一个 Robert Enright 的原谅的路途的模式，一小部分的模式而已。
Okay, so this particular doctor, okay, he's a Christian background. And he started the International Institute of Forgiveness, and he has done forgiveness education in Ireland, where there's a lot of fight between Catholics and what we call Protestant.
OK， 这一个 Dr. Robert Enright， 他本身是一个基督徒，然后他本身什么也是在一个国际宽恕机构里面工作的，然后他本身是嘛就参与了，就是在爱尔兰的一些教会的调停，因为在爱尔兰那边是嘛天主教和 Protestant 另外一种天主教和 Protestant 是嘛总是会有一些争吵然后没有办法和解。
Okay, and then you know in Israel there's a lot of fight between the Palestinians and the Israelites. So he also have done forgiveness education to help normalize and make peace and forgiveness among those people.
然后甚至是在以色列，然后巴勒斯坦和以色列人是嘛都有很多的那些仇恨，还有很多那些矛盾。然后他甚至曾经是嘛就是到以色列那边提供了这一个原谅的教育给他们。
You know, and he also have done this process with women from abused family, both sexually or physically, and help them heal their pain through this whole forgiveness process.
然后他也曾经帮助一些就是妇女在受虐还是被虐待的那个家庭环境里面走出他的那个阴影，学习原谅。
Okay, so don't worry if you don't get all the concept. What I plan to do in the next few we're gonna in the next few midweek, not okay. I'll tell you at the schedules. Yeah, we're gonna go through this whole process deeply. Okay, bit by bit. But today we give you an overview of this forgiveness process.
所以你们不用担心，如果你们没有办法就是明白那整个宽恕的那一个路途的大纲，今天我们只是介绍你们它的大纲，然后我们接下来每一个星期五是吗，将会针对每一个课题、每一个步骤是吗，有更深入的那一个教导跟研讨。
Okay, so some things to keep in mind. This is something that you can use for yourself, all right? Even in your own quiet time or your own journaling, is to help you to learn to what? Let go of those pain and bitterness in your heart.
要记得这一个纸上所教导的东西是吧？可以运用在你日常的那一个灵修那一方面，可以让你学习怎么样去面对你曾经感受过的那种受伤还是痛苦，然后怎么样去学习宽恕。
Okay, so some things that he recommend is what? Keeping a journal. You know a journal? Like diary? Alright? Writing down how you feel as you go through this process.
然后其中一个建议呢，就是他建议我们都写日记，也就是说，当我们学习走这一条宽恕的道路的时候，是吧？把我们的心理路程全部记载在这个日记里面。
You know, and why is that important? Because sometimes you find it very hard to express your pain to another person.
为什么这个写日记那么重要呢？因为有时候我们会发现到，我们很难的向对方表达我们的痛苦还是我们的感受。
Okay, or there are certain things in your life you find it's confidential. You don't want other people to know, but yet the pain is there. So how are you going to express it? You can express it to your friend, the journal.
所以又或者是在某些情况之下，有些东西是你自己很隐秘、很私密的一些事情，然后你没有办法跟别人讲，可是你还是感受到那一个痛苦的纠缠，那你要怎么讲哭诉出来呢？所以这一个日记呢，就是你最好的朋友，你可以把那个日记当做你朋友，把你的所受的那个伤痛还是那种感受是吧，写进去，就好像你把你的感受表达给那个日记这样。
Okay, and then another recommendation: don't do it alone. Okay, do this process with a friend, with a brother or a sister. You know, it's kind of like when you go exercising, right? You want to exercise with somebody who can motivate you, and together you live that healthy lifestyle together.
然后另外一个建议呢，就是不要单独自己一个人做了，和一些属灵上关系很好的人是吗？一起做，就好像你在运动一样，所以你不需要你不想要就是一个人是吗？去跑步去运动而已，而是想要和一些能够激励你和你一起跑掉这一段路的人。
Okay, so we're going to go through the overview right now. There are 4 main phases or 4 main steps that we usually go through in the whole forgiveness process.
OK， 我们现在将会走过这样分享那个大纲，然后这个大纲本身上有4点，有4个步骤。
Okay, all right. The first one is not the first step. Okay, the first one is to identify your pain.
所以第一个点就是我们要懂得去了解我们的伤痛。
Okay, you got to think about the event or the person who have hurt you.
你要想起什么事情或者是什么人曾经伤害过你。
Okay, what was the event all about? When were you hurt? Was it when you were young, or was it sometime recently? Okay, and who is the person that has deeply hurt your heart?
要想起就是说 当你感受到这个伤害的时候，是什么样的情况？什么时间？是你在年轻的时候，还是最近？然后伤害你的人是谁？
Okay, so you got to first identify that situation, that person, and think about the pain.
所以第一点就是你要确定，想到就是说伤害你的那一个事情，那一个人，然后你的痛是哪里
Okay, it could be your wife, you know, right? Or your husband, or your father, or your mother.
它有可能是你的丈夫、你的妻子，或者是你的父母等等。
Or your children. Oh, children. How about your parents?
对孩子们，你们曾经伤害过你父母吗
Okay, usually it's people that are very close to us. Okay, usually, or very very close friends, or you know that hurt us.
然后通常都是和我们很亲密的人，可能是我们的家庭成员、亲戚，或者是很好很好的朋友。
If you want, you can kind of even do it a little bit here together, okay? If you want to, all right? You can write down, you know, or in your mind who hurt you. All right. Secondly, how deeply were you hurt?
如果你要的话你现在可以就是说马上把那一个曾经伤害过你的事情，还是留上写下来，如果你要的话。然后第二点呢，就是你伤的有多深。
Okay. If you put a range right 0 to 10, you know, that pain in your heart, is it 10? 10 means a lot. Is it 0? Is it 1? Where would you put it?
所以你可以就是好像拿一支尺这样从0到10的，然后你写下就是当时你受伤的感觉是吗？是有多深？然后10可能是很伤心，0可能就是没有什么感受。
You know, this is important for us because some of us, in fact, most of us, we are people who are in denial. We are people who love to avoid. And so, you know, when people ask you, are you hurt? No lah. How are you? Okay. Is life good? Yeah, wonderful. And then you go home and you cry. Life is miserable. Why no one love me? How come my husband like that? You know, so opposite, you know.
所以我们多数的人是吗，都是不愿意面对现实也比较容易逃避的人。当人家问你近况如何，你感受怎么样，你可能讲我很好，什么事都没有。可是回到家里的时候，一个人在房间的时候，你在那边流泪，在那边有苦读，就是投诉你的妻子还是你的丈夫有多糟，怎么样的伤害你，还是你的环境有多么糟这样。然后是一个很大的那一个反差。
No, or some of us, right? You know, who we complain to? We don't complain to our friends or people that close to us. We complain to Facebook, you know. You write an essay about your pain.
然后我们当中可能有些人是嘛，并不是像朋友还是至亲的人是吧，去投诉。有些人是嘛，反正选择在 Facebook 这样面书那一边是吧，写一大篇的那个文章是吧，描述自己的那一个感受。
So are you deeply hurt? Okay, admit it. Yes, I'm deeply hurt. Be honest with yourself.
所以问自己，就是你是否深深的受到伤害？如果是的话，承认它，对自己诚实一点。
Okay, it's also important to understand who was at fault. Sometimes it's both parties, but when you're hurt, it's so easy to always what? Think and blame the other person. Okay, but it could be both.
所以另外一点就是要考虑，还是要想一下是谁的错。可是当我们受到伤害的时候，是吗？我们的本性通常就会把那个责任推到别人身上。然后，可是当我们冷静下来，有时候我们想，这一个错可能是双方面的，两个人都有错。
Okay, you know, other symptoms to identify whether you're having, you know, this issue is some of us, we have depression. We are always sad. Okay, and you wonder how come I cannot escape from this depression, or some of.
然后另外一个就是我们对这一个原谅的心路过程是吗有障碍还是有问题的那个征兆是吗？就是我们可能有忧郁症，就是说为什么总是没有办法开怀起来？为什么没有办法就是去感受到他喜乐的？
Okay? Or some of us, we what? We don't like to be close to other people. We isolate ourselves. You know? You don't like to be close to people. But could it be, again, that you have what? Anger, unforgiveness issue?
所以又或者是另外一个症状呢，就是我们不喜欢和别人就是相处，我们比较喜欢独自一个人，好像独行侠这样。然后像这一类型的人，可能要问问，就是我们是否有很多的怒气，又或者是有很多不愿意去原谅人家的一些事情。
You know, we all as human beings desire to love and be loved, right? We all desire relationship, but you find yourself isolating yourself, avoiding people. Maybe there's some forgiveness issue in your life.
然后通常人都是追求或者是渴望爱与被爱的那一种感觉，可是当某一些人选择就是脱离人群，不和人家建立关系的时候，可能他本身是有一些宽恕的问题。
Okay, so this Friday we'll go through this and phase 1. Don't worry too much. Okay, today just an overview.
所以这一个星期五呢，我们将会讨论这个第一个阶段，然后今天只是一个大纲介绍而已。
Okay, secondly, you must what? Uncover your anger, your hurt.
然后第二点呢，就是你要发掘出你的怒气、你的伤害。
You know, I love this picture. Okay, there's a lot of pain in there. There's a lot of poison.
然后我们很喜欢这一个照片，因为照片里面是什么很多痛苦，因为这些都是苦毒。
My wife said, "Really, where's the pain?" There is a pain, the smoke coming out, like acid, burning you, you know.
你知道那痛是什么代表吗？就是那一个盐，那个盐就好像那个硫酸是吗？去烧伤你的心，然后冒烟的。
That's why the heart not red color.
所以那个心脏是吗？不再是红色的。
Yeah, unforgiveness is a poison. It poisons you. It poisons your joy and happiness.
不愿意原谅人是吗？就是一种毒药。
So the first thing to do is what? You must what? Express your pain. If you're angry, you have to be willing to express your anger.
所以第一个步骤呢，就是你要懂得去表达你的感受。如果你是受伤了，你感到生气，你要懂得去表达、发掘你的怒气。
You know, I think of a brother that I was working with in Singapore. Okay, you know, he had a lot of unforgiveness issue. And you know, after a while, because of the unforgiveness, he doesn't want to grow. You know, he doesn't want to grow spiritually. He doesn't want to do anything. But when you ask him, how's your life? Okay, everything okay. But deep in his heart, there was so much pain.
这让 Tek 想起就是在新加坡一个弟兄，然后这个弟兄是嘛挣扎在原谅人家那方面，所以他的心是嘛不愿意去原谅人家。然后每当他们发事情的时候，去问这个弟兄的时候，是吧？这个弟兄讲 OK， 没有事情这样。可是这一个弟兄很明显的就是他有很多的那个怒气，很多不愿意原谅的那个问题，导致他选择不再增长，选择不再成长了。
You know, and the reason why we knew he had unforgiveness issue was what? It's through the way he treated his wife.
然后怎么样会让他们发现到他有很多不愿意原谅人家的问题呢？就是通过他对待他太太的那一种态度。
You know, with other people, they're very nice and peaceful. But when he goes home, wow, the wife and the kids are jalat already. They always hide. Okay, there's a lot of pain.
所以对到外人的话，是吧？他总是很祥和的、很平安的，然后好先生的。可是回到家里的时候，是吧？他是变了一个样，然后他的妻子还有他的那个子女，是吧？总是吵架，然后总是哭的。
So the first step we had to help him is to let him learn to express his pain and his anger towards the real issue. It took us, how many weeks and months we take time when we got together. Brother, just tell me your pain. Brother, tell me you're angry. Tell me, just express it.
所以第一个步骤是嘛，和他花时间是嘛，就是要让他发觉，还是让他表露出他的那一个痛苦，他的那一个怒气，然后已经花了很多时间，几个月的时间才能够让他表达他的感受。
Okay, and slowly when the pain again is expressed, right? Again, when the pain is expressed, he actually feel lighter and happier.
然后最后，当他慢慢的把他的感受、他的怒气还有他的痛苦表达出来的时候，是吧？他就觉得自己有释怀，感觉轻松下来了。
Okay, here's a good question to think about. Has your pain, the injury, caused a permanent change in your life and change your worldview?
然后最后两个是很有趣，然后很重要的问题，就是说你受过的这些伤害，是吗？是否造成了你在生命里面一个永久性的改变？然后同时，这一个伤害是否改变了你对这个世界的观点？
Okay, so what I mean by that, all right? So the same thing with that brother. As a young Christian, he's very happy, fired up. I want to do this, I want to do that. But then, because he never dealt with his issues, he deviated. Now, I don't want to do this. God is terrible. This person is terrible. That person is terrible. Singapore, I want to leave. His worldview changed,
然后我们就会想到那个弟兄，就是说这个弟兄一开始成为基督徒的时候，说他是一个很火热的基督徒，然后他有很多梦想，他也想要做很多好的事情这样。然后当他开始有当他这一些潜伏着的问题是吗，慢慢浮现的时候是吧，他就180度的转变，然后他开始就有很多的那种负面的印象，就是说他不再相信神，他对神有糊涂，他不再相信朋友。和朋友有闹纠纷，然后他也不喜欢新加坡，他甚至想过就是要离开新加坡等等这样。
Okay, how can you don't like Singapore, right? 3 times the currency. Oh, okay. Kidding.
他怎么会讨厌新加坡呢？3倍的那个钱币。
Okay, so first is what? Learn to express your pain. Okay, this Friday we'll talk more about it. And if you want to do some work yourself, do your journaling, write down your pain. Okay, it's better to write down your pain than throwing your pain towards other people and they get hurt because of your pain.
所以第一点呢，就是了解我们自己的痛苦和了解我们自己的感受。所以我们这个星期5将会深入探讨这一个步骤。然后，如果你想要做一些事前准备的话，你可以开始先写下来。与其把你的怒气迁怒于别人的话，你倒不如把你的怒气是了解一下，避免它迁怒其他人。
Okay, secondly, simple point here, decide to forgive.
第二点，第二阶段很简单的，也就是决定宽恕。
This is a simple but very hard point. Decide to forgive.
是很简单的字眼，可是却是很难做下的决定。
Okay, it's like marriage, right? You find, why, you ask a lot. You find why certain couple, even though they have issues in their life, they grow old together. Because there's usually one decision they make, for better or for worse. I'm going to stick to my wife.
就好像婚姻里面，你可能在婚姻在四周围里面看到有些人的婚姻上面都有很多的问题，可是他们都能够白首偕老，然后为什么呢？这是因为他们曾经许下一个诺言，就是他们下了一个决定，不管是好与坏，他们将会维持这段婚姻一路走下去。
Okay, so you got to look at your life and think about what has not worked. In other words, the way you've been trying to deal with your problem, how has that not helped you? Some of us, we avoid, right? We surrender, or some of us we yell, we scold to deal with the problem. Those ways doesn't help you in dealing with your unforgiveness issue.
所以我们的决定就是看，我们之前处理那一些问题的方法还是态度是吗？有哪一些是没有效应的，不能奏效的？我们当中可能有些人是吗？就是投降或者是逃避，所以不愿意去面对那问题，或是接受那一个问题，不吭声。又或者是我们当中可能用极端的方法，这样反击的方法，表现我们怒气去解决那个问题，然后这些方法都没有办法奏效，没有办法有效的解决那个问题的。
You know, I know sometimes, right? Again, when I have issue with Patrice, even just the other day, I have issue with Patrice, or she has issue with me. You know, I think I have issue with her. And she made me angry, you know. I don't feel like talking. I really don't. But then I realized the Bible says I must decide to forgive and to deal with the problem. So, in a day we talk and we dealt through the problem. And then, wow, happy already. Again, once we dealt through the problem, I feel happy.
这让他想起就是说他的 Patrice 之前也是有一些意见，有一些那种纷争，然后这个纷争导致他们Ted 本身不想跟 Patrice 那边谈了，可是当他静下来的时候，是吧？他就想到圣经的教导，也就是说，当我们有问题的时候，说我们要决定去解决它。结果他们就摊开来谈完过后，他们解决了，然后结果他们觉得哇很轻松很开心。
Okay, all right. Okay, the third phase. Okay, is now what? Learning to walk through the forgiveness process.
然后第三个步骤呢，就是学习去实践这个宽恕的过程。
So all this process, by the way, it's not done in 1 week. You know, it takes time. Okay, like what we said, forgiveness is a journey. For some of us, it might take you 6 months. Maybe some of us 1 year. For some who doesn't have much issue, maybe a few days it can be done. Okay, but it is a journey.
不过要记得，就是这一个学习宽恕，它是一个旅程，并不是说1个星期你能就马上解决的。然后有些人需要花5、6个月，甚至是1年的时间。有些可能相对来讲比较小的问题，可以花几天就解决了。所以它是一个旅程，一个路途。
Okay, all right. Over this one, how it's a struggle to work with forgiveness. You know, some of the things that will help us is what? Working towards understanding the reason for the problem.
然后能够帮助我们的呢，就是一起去理解问题的根本是什么，而且是双方面一起去了解、去理解。
Okay, for that brother that I talk about, the reason why he has so much anger towards his wife was not actually his wife. Okay, well it was, but it was not really his wife. What it was really was his anger towards his mother and father when he was young that he never dealt with.
然后我们就谈回之前的那一个和家人和妻子有问题的那个弟兄，然后当我们了解到他的那个怒气的时候，是吧？我们才发现到。他真正的问题并不完全是在他的妻子身上，的确，他的妻子是吗？因为一些事情去挑衅到他的怒气，可是他真正的问题是吗？其实是他对他父亲、对他的母亲在小时候的一些怒气，然后他并没有解决那个怒气，所以有事情发生的时候，挑引起他的以前小时候的伤痛，然后他。很容易的迁怒于他的太太和孩子。
Okay, the reason why I say that was what? You know, his anger towards his wife was very big, disproportionate. Obviously, we get angry sometimes, but if your anger becomes very disproportionate, there has to be some other reason why that anger is so strong. And we find out the root was, you know, he was actually very angry towards his mother and father because his mother and father never allow him to talk. His father and mother always criticized him. So the anger, like poison, was kept in his heart. And finally, when he got married, and his wife was willing to let him talk, or when the wife do something to trigger him, boom, explosion comes out. Because all those deep anger finally came out like poison.
那你知道为什么他们会察觉到，就是那个问题根本不在他的妻子身上吗？因为他对他妻子还是他的孩子的怒气是吧，是不成正比的，就是说不管是什么事情是吧，都可以惹他发怒的，做好的还是做对的，做对的还是做错是吧，他都可以发怒一通的。然后过后他们详谈过后才发现到，其实他当时窝藏在心里的那个怒气是吧，是他对他本身父亲跟母亲的一些怨言跟一些不满，因为他小时候的时候，他的父母对他很严，完全不让他有发言、有表达的机会，所以当他成长起来的时候，然后遇到这个太太，然后这个太太又比较顺服，又比较有劲的，给他很多机会的去发言还是表达，结果他就很容易这样，当事情不顺自己的意的时候，是吧？他就很容易爆出他的那个怒气。
Okay, so you think about there could be a reason why you find it hard to forgive, or there is a reason why you find your pain is so very strong. Is it because could it be that there was some situation when you were young, you know, where you felt bullied, where you felt abused, but you never ever dealt with it?
所以，当你发现到你很难去原谅人家，或者是很难的去抚平你自己的伤痛的时候，你可能要回想一下，就是说你成长的过程中，还是你的人生旅途当中，你是否有一些事情这么伤你很深的，然后直到你没有办法去处理它，然后这个问题渐渐的带到你现在成长过后的那个生活里面。
Okay, so in your journaling, think about it. You can write down. Maybe think about your past. You know what was some of the pain that has happened to you when when you were younger.
所以当你在写那个日记的时候，是吧？你鼓励你们就是回想一下，当你们成长过程中，你们在什么情况之下，还是什么时候感受到受伤、感受到痛苦的，可以写下来。
Okay. Another one is very important, right? Give the offender a gift as Jesus did.
这个是很重要的。另外一点就是给那一个伤害你的人一个礼物，就好像耶稣一样。
You know Jesus, right? He was also hurt.
我们知道耶稣本身他也是受伤的。
You know, but he decided to forgive.
可是他决定原谅。
Why did he decide to forgive?
为什么他决定原谅呢？
Because what? He saw the person that he's working with as what? As a human being with weaknesses, but as a person of worth.
因为他看到就是他身边的人是吧，都是平凡主子，都是有弱点的，然后他们都需要爱，然后他们值得被爱。
Okay, this person is a person of worth.
然后这一个人呢，就是值得爱的一个人。
You know, he's another human being just like you and me.
他就好像另外一个普通的人这样，就好像你和我一样。
He could have many weaknesses and problems, but yet he's still a human being.
他可能有很多个性上的问题，有很多软弱的地方，可是他还是一个人。
You know, and because of that, Jesus was willing to what? To die and to give up his life for that person and offer the person his life.
然后也就是因为他珍惜对方是一个人，所以他愿意牺牲他自己来原谅人家，同时也救赎了对方。
Okay, so the fourth phase is what? Discovery and release from the emotional prison. In other words, after the forgiveness process, you know, to help you even more, is to discover what is the meaning of all the suffering that you went through. Okay, to get a bigger and more global picture of the whole thing that has happened.
然后最后一点呢，就是从你情感上的枷锁完完全全释放出来，然后去探索这一个情感释放。所以也简单来说，就是说去 探讨一个更大的层面，还是更大的那角度？探讨就是说你所经历过的这一些痛苦是吗？最重要的意义是什么？它是否有一个计划，还是有一个特别的意义？
Okay, so don't worry, we'll go through, different 4 different midweeks. All right, we'll go through the whole process again, but be more in depth. And then during our D group, we'll talk more specifically on a one-on-one basis, so as to be able to help you through this whole forgiveness process.
所以不用担心，我们将花10个星期是吗？来一一的去解释还是教导这个10个步骤。 然后同时，我们也会在 D group 里面，我们的辅导小组里面是吗？来探讨自己本身经历过的这些伤痛，还有这些学习到的心得。
Okay, and if you find yourself having a lot of issue with bitterness, you can always approach Patrice and I. We will get with you on a one-on-one basis, again to help you through. Because there are certain people, okay, who need that one-on-one time, all right, where you cannot deal with your problem in a group basis.
所以，如果你发现到你本身有可能很大的苦毒的话，是吗？你可以接触take care of Patrice 要求就是1对1的时间，因为有些人的挣扎还是苦毒是吗？没有办法就是在一个小组里面是吗？表达出来，或是表露出来，所以你是可以就是接触 take care of Patrice 要求1对1的那个时间。
Okay, amen. All right, in conclusion, the pathway to forgiveness. Okay, we talk about 3 things. Why forgive? Because it's a command. Because it's to what? To be like Jesus, and it'll help us grow in our love for people. And we also talk about what is forgiveness and what is not forgiveness. And we talk about the process, which we'll elaborate through the next few weeks. Thank you very much.
OK， 所以总结呢，我们学习到3点，就是第一点，为什么我们要学习原谅、学习宽恕呢？因为这一个是圣经的教导，同时也让我们更加学习像耶稣一样。然后第二点就是我们学习到什么是宽恕，什么不是。然后最后我们也谈到一些比较实际上的4点，能够让我们走下这一个宽恕的道路。然后我们将会花接下来的4个星期是吧？慢慢的探讨这一些。
Okay, and now we're going to be partaking our communion, the bread and the wine. All right, to remember the gift that Jesus has offered to us and to understand His forgiveness. So, shall we pray together? Heavenly Father, thank you so much for your forgiveness, for your mercy. Thank you that you have loved us. And Lord, Father, we know that we don't deserve to be saved, yet you saved us. We know we don't deserve, all your blessing, yet you bless us, God. As we take the bread, the wine, help us to remember you, to remember your broken body on the cross, and the blood that was shed for us, to forgive all our sins. And teach us to forgive each other, and teach us to forgive even our own self when, the guilt that we feel in our life. We love you, and we pray all these things in your Son's name. Amen.